Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. I am your host, Azoka OJ. Can you imagine? Northerners in Abia State says they will never leave Abia. It is their homeland. Okay, now no. This from Hausa community leader, the chairman of Northern community in Abia State and Salkin Hausawa, Yaro Danladi has expressed the readiness of Northerners to continue peaceful coexistence with other tribes in the area. If you have no problem, if you don't go about attacking people in the name of faith, religion, whatsoever, in the name of cattle rearing, nobody will disturb you. You have the right to, as far as Nigeria is concerned, buy lands if people agree to sell to you and occupy, just like other Southerners buy land in other parts of the country. So you can actually have a land there. But for you to become a nuisance, or those ones who are in the forest, some of these northerners go camp in the forest and in remote areas. You don't even know what they discuss there, whether they bring in weapons and the rest. Those ones are not to be tolerated. If you want to live with other Nigerians in the city where other people can see your movement. So if these northerners are peaceful, there's no problem. Just like our people too, Igbo people are, if they are peaceful in where they stay, why should they have problem? But has that been the case? Meanwhile, let's look at this story further. Danladi, who is also the chairman, Northern Traditional Council, Southeast, however, said Northerners will not leave Abia, which he described as their fatherland. How long have you been in Abia? Who says it's your father's land? According to him, most Northerners in the state are law-abiding and committed to Abia, the state where they were born. Okay. And do not anticipate relocating to the north. They want to stay there permanently. Well, he said, we are not ready to go anywhere. This is our fatherland. Kanu is just a name. I don't spend more than 5 days there. All my life I have been here, as in Abia State. He said, my wife is from here and everybody is here. I only spent a week in Kanu when I lost my mother. He spent only a week. He feels okay with the people he sees around. Igbo land is peaceful. Apart from the recent problem associated with the sit at home and UGM and the rest, Igbo land has been relatively peaceful. In fact, Igbo land has been the most peaceful place in Nigeria. People who respect you more than their people. But what do you do to Igbos when they go to your land? Do you do the same thing to them? Do you accommodate them properly? As far as you are peaceful in Igbo land, even if you're not from Igbo, you don't have Igbo ancestry or lineage, Igbos will accept you. They will never trouble you. There are communities in Igbo land where Yorubas are even part of the cabinet of the traditional rulers. So Igbos are the most accommodating people in Nigeria. I heard Yorubas said we accommodated you in Lagos. How many of Yorubas are in the East? If you come to the East, you'll be accommodated properly once you are not a nuisance to where you are. You understand what I mean by nuisance? You don't come into people's land, like what is happening in Enugu now, Ehamufu. How do you want the people to tolerate you when you come to kill their people? So according to this guy, he said, we are good people. We are not for violence. We want to live in peace with our host community. We want everybody to know that we are peaceful people. The Serkin Hausawa said in a chat. On the beginning of the Hausa community in Abia, Serkin Danladi said, our forefathers came down here from all parts of the north to trade in fish, cattle, and all kinds of farm produce, such as yams and onions. From the story I heard from my late father, he said the Hausa began to come to Umuahia in 1936 from Kano. I'm happy you specified the time you came there. Not like those ones in Ondo State that are telling Ondo people that we have been here, we have been using this forest for 200 years. Can you imagine that they own the forest? They don't live where other people live. They want to occupy the forest, build tents, operate from the forest, become a nuisance to the community. So that is not the case. These ones are sure. These ones, Mahia, with this comment we are seeing, they are trying to say they are peaceful. They specified we have not been here for 200 years. We came here in 1936 from Kano. Said so. Definitely they will be bearing children. According to them, he said, I was born here. My father was born here too. My wife is from Abia State. She converted to Islam after we got married in 2001. He said, on the challenges facing the Hausa community in Abia, Danladi said, the sit-at-home order by the indigenous people of Biafra is affecting us, not only our people, but everybody. We are good citizens, so we do whatever they say we should do. We have lost many things, including lives, but we believe the state government will do something about it. On migrants, laborers, he said, if somebody is leaving his state, he should have a contact in the place he's going to. If he's arrested, he can say where he's going and who he's going to meet. That is it about Hausa community in Abia State. They are telling you they don't have any place to go. Some of them were born there. They started coming to that place in 1932 or so, or 1936. They are not telling you they have been using the forest for 200 years, like those in Ondo State. So they are telling you they are ready to be peaceful, comply with whatever you tell them to do, not to eat shit too. They are complying, and sincerely, we can actually live in peace with anybody. Once the person is not a threat, why will you threaten the person? If the person is for peace, certainly the person will be welcomed. We are only against people who are a nuisance, like what is happening in Enugu. We are totally against it and we condemn it in totality. I think our stories today will be centered on Hausa and relationship with Ndigbo. Dangote Drivers Association directs members to boycott transport of cement to southeast Nigeria and Akwa Ibom. Why, Kwano? Let's tell you why. The association said the decision was taken over the insecurity in the region. The Association of Drivers of Dangote Cement Transport, Obajana in Kogi State, has directed all its members to boycott the transportation of cement to southeast region of Nigeria. The association said the decision was taken over the security situation in the region. A memo dated December 11, 2022 and sent by Drivers Association to the company said, we kindly write this short notice to the company that we are returning some way bills of the southeast state, Nigeria, that we drivers are not going to some parts of southeast Nigeria due to ongoing situation of the site. Southeast, they mentioned Enugu, Anambra, Abia, Imo, Ebonyi, and Akwa Ibom. According to them, criminals enforcing sit-at-home orders in the southeast have in part burnt trucks belonging to Dangote and reportedly killed some of the company's drivers. This comes a few days after the leadership of some northern groups involved in commercial activities between the north and southeast zone directed commodity traders and truck drivers to shun the zone over the incessant killing of their members by gunmen suspected to be members of, according to their write-up, indigenous people of Biafra. And coordinator of the Northern Consensus Forum, Dr. Awal Abdurahi Aliu, said they declared a warning strike due to the constant killing of Northerners in Southeast, adding that not less than 100 Northerners were murdered in the zone within a week. Aliu claimed that the strike had started to have a good effect and that security agencies, northern state governors, and residents in the impacted zone had all been informed. According to them, we have blocked the roads linking the north to the east, ranging from Benue, Nasarawa, Kwara, and Plateau states, among others, and the truck drivers are cooperating with us, they said. And according to a Sahara reporter report, I said, gunmen enforcing a purported 5 days at home order in Enugu State attacked and burned a police patrol vehicle in New Market area last Saturday. It also reported that some supporters of the All Progressive Congress APC were also killed by gunmen for defying a kangaroo sit-at-home order in Anambra recently. Well, that is it. That is what insecurity causes. They are boycotting Southeast. They said their people have been killed. And if truly the people have been killed, they will have to. Nobody wants to be killed more. But what about the Ehamufu killing in Enugu? What about it? More than 100 people have been killed in Enugu, in their hometown. What has the government said about it? How has the northern people addressed this particular situation? It is possible what has happened to some of these people in the east is as a result of what is happening in Enugu. The government should correct their wrongs. Nigerian government's hands is dipped in blood. Nigerian government's hands, Buhari's government's hand is dipped in blood. So much blood has been wasted because of negligence and because of trying to support this and against the other. Yet we are told the government is the government of Federal Republic of Nigeria. And this and all that makes some people to threaten secession. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. So sad. I will draw the curtain on this particular show here. See you shortly. Bye bye for now.